Hi, my name is Maxx Murphy, and I'm interviewing Dan Popick. He is a U15 to U18 boys director at the Capital Area Soccer League, which is also known as Castle. So I did this interview through email, but he sent me back the boys director at the Capital Area Soccer League, which is also known as Castle. So I did this interview through email, but he sent me back thorough response, a lot of thorough responses. First off, I asked him when he started working with Castle, and he said that he started working with Castle about a year and a half ago as the U15 to U18 boys director, and he was looking to return to Raleigh when he saw this posted, and so he figured it'd be a good idea. So I asked him after that what type of responsibilities he had, and he listed off a bunch. And just to recap a couple of them, he is the director of the Boys College Combine. He provides assistance in identification and recruitment of coaches. He's responsible for creating a tournament calendar for teams and ensuring that their teams are attending the right events. And some other ones would be that he assists players and families with college recruiting processes, which is a big deal. And so those are just some of the responsibilities he has. And go on. The best part of his job, he said, is coaching and developing players and being able to be a part of that process with them. And then I went on to ask him what the worst part of his job was. And he said the amount of time away from his family. He says he spends a lot of the weekends out of town or coaching locally that has forced him to miss a significant amount of time from his family. And with that, since it is a full-time position, he receives health and dental benefits from the organization. And to go along with that, there are other benefits that come with it, like traveling and stuff. And he stated that last year he went to Seattle to renew his USSFA license, which was a great experience, he said. And the club does cover those expenses, which is a plus, he noted. To go along with traveling, he says that at times he loves to travel, but at other times it's just so. Say he's been traveling for 2 or 3 weeks in a row. He says it's just not the same. Like he doesn't have the same thrill of it. But for the most part, he likes it. But he doesn't like the fact that he has to spend that much time away from his family. And one cool thing he is doing is he's traveling out of the country for his first time this weekend. But he's going to Madrid, Spain, and he said he's really looking forward to that. He stated that this is not his dream job, however. However, it is a good job, but he said that his goal is to be an executive director of a youth soccer club in the near future. He says that soccer has been a big part of his life. And I asked him, like, did you acquire this, like, or did you go into Castle already loving soccer, or is it something that came with the job that you acquired? And he said that he grew up loving soccer, and it'd be very hard to work with a sport that you did not already grow up loving. I asked him his favorite memory he has with the Castle organization, and he said that winning the state cup with his U16 team last year was his favorite. I asked him if there was anything he would change about his job in specific, and he said, I wish he had more time to dedicate working with other coaches in his age group. And he coaches 3 teams, but he said he doesn't have as much time to evaluate and help the other coaches. I also asked him what is some advice he would give someone seeking for his job in the future. And he said, patience and problem solving management skills. Patience in dealing with young athletes to help them mature and grow as players and people. A lot of my administrative duties include solving problems that occur with the teams he manages. The good or bad part of working in sports is you truly never know what might happen or be thrown at you during that day. I think that's some really good advice that I can take and run with if I do want to work in that area of field, which is a big possibility. And finally, I asked him what is the most difficult part of his job. And he responded by telling me that the most difficult part of his job is dealing with each parent's most prized possession, which would be their child. He said, at times, this makes it difficult because their opinions are not in the best interest of the team. But as a director, I have to look at what is in the best interest of the team. So having an understanding on how to deal with each parent and having their confidence to disagree with them is another important but difficult part of my job. He said, it's never easy to tell a young boy that he's not good enough to play on the top team, and that's a very tough conversation to have